Are you an apple shape, struggling with how to dress your body shape, looking for outfit inspiration? Then you have come to the right place. My name is Marleen. I'm a personal stylist, but more importantly, I'm a fellow apple shape. I have been through the journey of learning how to dress a body shape, and I have made it my mission here on my channel to teach you all. So for today's video, I have created the one perfect outfit formula that works for us apple shapes. No matter your size, no matter your climate, no matter where in the world you are, this one outfit formula will work for you if you are an apple shape. I'm going to show you some outfits and I'm going to talk you through the formula. So by the time you leave here, you will know exactly how to dress your apple shaped body. Let's get stuck into it. Before I show you the perfect outfit formula for us apple shape, I want to prove something to you. And I do this because it's something I'm often called out on when I do these videos. So in real time, no editing, I am going to show you this. This is me. I'm a UK size 20, 22, no tummy in sight. And because this is how I dress, a lot of people will say, but Marleen, you're not an apple shape. But I'm going to prove to you, real time, no editing, that I am absolutely an apple shape. I have a big tummy. I have the slimmer leg that often signifies us apple shape. I have absolutely no backside. I am blessed with a large chest, but I am all tummy. I literally am all tummy. I have simply just learned to dress my body shape. I have learned which pieces works for me, so there is no tummy in sight. I don't look like a particular apple shape, even though I'm actually a rectangular apple shape. I look like I have a waist. I look like I have all the so-called right curves. And it's all because I know how to use this formula. So what is the perfect outfit formula for us apple shape? It's very, very simple. You start off with the perfect bottom halves, you then add a fitted top, and then you finish with a layer. That's it. There is, of course, a few more elements to it than just that, and I will deep dive into every element of the formula, but it is as simple as that. The perfect bottom halves, the fitted top, and a layer. Voila. So let's do a deep dive and start off with the perfect bottom halves. The perfect bottom halves for an apple shapes is, in my personal opinion, the wide leg trousers. And I can hear some of you immediately screaming at me, Marleen, I won't wear the wide leg trousers. They don't work for me. They don't suit me. And that's absolutely okay. If you need more help about the wide leg trousers, go and watch the video that I have created about wide leg trousers. I talk about them in depth, and I also talk there about what to do if you don't like the wide leg, and especially if you're petite as well, which is often one that comes up. I will link that video in the description box for you. So if you want to deep dive just into the wide leg trousers, go and watch that video, please. But the wide leg trousers, the wide leg jeans, the wide leg shorts, the A-line skirt and the A-line dresses, those are the perfect bottom halves for us apple shapes. The reason the wide leg trousers works for us apple shapes as well as they do is because they add balance into our proportions. Us apple shapes are very, very top heavy. Whether you have a large chest or small chest, we have such slim legs that our upper half looks out of proportion and we look very top heavy. The wide leg trousers would add the bulk at the bottom half, evening out our body. Does that make sense? All of a sudden we look a little bit more in proportion. Now the wide leg trousers, and the reason I wore the cream ones because it's easier to see on screen. Most of the wide leg trousers will have pleats here in the front. The pleats are what gives us the extra material. The extra material is what hides the tummy. That is it. Now the trade-off of the wide leg trousers is that they will also be more baggy in the backside, and because many of us don't have a backside, that can be an issue. It is trial and error until you find a pair that's not too baggy. You can see these ones, they just kind of hang down nicely. They're like, they don't cup my backside, but I don't have a backside to cup. So they're perfect. They just skim beautifully over my backside and they skim beautifully over my front, right? Hiding my tummy. The wide leg jeans will do the exact same. Jeans are a little bit more difficult because most of them don't come with the pleats in the front. But as I said, go and deep dive into that video about the wide leg trousers. I talk jeans in that video as well. And the wide leg shorts will do the exact same. The whole point is to have this extra material here that hides the tummy. And now you see, all of a sudden, when my tummy is hidden, I don't have to worry too much about my top half. I can now have fun with the rest of my outfit, and this is why I can tuck in my top, because I don't have to worry about my tummy. Next up, we are adding a fitted top. And the reason I say a fitted top is, as I said before, us apple shapes are top heavy. We carry our weight on our top half of our body. We have added the bulk with the wide leg trousers. If we then add a bulky top on the top half, we would have bulky upon bulky, and we would just look bigger than what we really are. And that's not what we're trying to achieve. By adding a fitted top that sits snug to the body, not tight, snug, it will take out the bulk of the top half, working with the balance of the bulkier bottom half, putting us into the illusion of the hourglass figure. And that's the whole point. Now, next up is the rule of third. And as you can tell, my top is quite long because I have it pulled down like many of us apple shapes do. But as I said before, with the trousers, we don't have to worry about the tummy. I don't look like I have a tummy anymore. Putting this top down here just once again emphasize the fact that I have a tummy. As well as that, I look like my legs are about this big, right? I have completely taken out the proportions of the outfit. And that is why, as scary as I know it is, we are going to tug in this top. Because the rule of third, in short, means you visually chop your body into two halves. The one half of your body has to be 1/3 the length of your body, and the other half has to be 2/3 of the length of your body. There is a scientific explanation for this. I don't know it and I don't really mind. All I know is that this is what looks visually pleasing and looks amazing, not just on our body shape, but on all body shapes. Always keep the rule of third in mind. Having now achieved the rule of third, as scary as I know it is, there still is no tummy in sight because the trousers, as I keep saying, has taken care of it. All right. And remember, if you live in warmer climates, that you can just go for shorts instead. You can go for something in cotton and linen. There's a gazillion different kinds of wide leg trousers out there. Something with a drawstring is a fantastic one for us apple shapes as well. The key is simply just that you find a pair of trousers that skims over the tummy and hides it for you. Then you don't have to worry about the rest of your outfit. And if you live somewhere warm and a tank top is all you can cope wearing because it's so warm, then this is where the outfit stops. It doesn't have to go any further. We don't need a layer. We don't need a third piece because the tummy is hidden. I look in balance and proportion. All I need now is a pair of shoes. Do you see what I mean? So the formula stays the same no matter where you live in the world, no matter your climate. Now, of course, the fitted top does not just have to be a little tank top. It could be a t-shirt with a short sleeve. It could be a t-shirt with a long sleeve. It could be a fine knit jumper. It could be a full button down like I have here. The key point is literally just that it doesn't add bulk to our top half. And also do consider tucking it in. Now, even a fine knit jumper will be perfect for tucking in. The key, as I say, is simply just to make sure that you keep the rule of third in place and you don't add bulk to the top half. Now, of course, there are options out there if you are not ready to tuck in. I fully understand it did take me a long time to get ready and get comfortable having things tucked in, but there are options out there. Just make sure to keep that rule of third in place when you are buying tops, even if you don't have them tucked in, all right? As I said, the last piece in the formula is a layer. I'm a real suit girl, hence why I'm showing you a suit, but this could be a cardigan, this could be a gilet, this could be a kimono. It can be anything you want it to be. Anything that is a layer, right? But adding that layer on top, look at that. The tummy is even more gone than what it was before. And I have the extra layer because I'm always cold. Now, you can absolutely close this if you want to. So when I close this suit, all of a sudden, can you see how my waist has disappeared now? I look very square right now, don't I? Yes, it's also double-breasted, meaning we have the 2 rows of buttons on, which emphasizes the fact that I am an apple shape. The one button in the middle is the best for us apple shapes. But by keeping it open, I am still keeping all the rules and regulations in place because I still have the rule of third in place. When you look at my outfit, where does your eye fall right now? It falls right here on the white t-shirt, am I correct? And then your eye will travel up to my face. And obviously it's on my face, I want the attention, right? But I have a more boxy figure, but I am still tricking the eye because I have that break here. And that is why a belt is going to be your best friend as an apple shape. Now, the reason I put belts on my outfits is not because I need a belt to hold up my trousers. My trousers stay in place because I wear the proper size. However, the magic of a belt buckle is what gives us that perfection in our outfits. When you look at my outfit now, where does your eye fall first? I guarantee you, when I move, your eyes fall right on my belt buckle. This belt buckle is the magic sauce in this outfit formula. Why? Because it catches the eye. It draws the eye right to my belt buckle. Then it follows where it's light and bright, meaning it goes to the t-shirt and then up to my face. There is no one, when they look at me, that even consider the fact that I'm an apple shape. There is no one that considers that I'm plus size. There is no one that considers that I look out of balance and proportion, because I am wearing an outfit. Not only is it a smart outfit, because it's a suit and that's always elevated in my personal opinion, but the eye is so busy traveling through my outfit, but not stopping where I don't want it to stop. It stops everywhere else that no one even considers that I'm an apple shape. So by the time they get up here to my face, they've forgotten about my outfit. That's the initial reaction. Wow, the outfit, then it travels and the attention is on my face. That's exactly what we need. Do you see that? Now, even if I take off the jacket, if we only need the two pieces, your eye lands on my belt buckle because it's blingy. It catches the eye. Now here, I obviously have even more of a waist because the belt is then creating more of an illusion of a waist, but I'm wearing the lighter color at the top half, and then your eye is drawn up the way. This is the little tips and tricks that makes all the difference for us apple shapes. And because I have the wide leg trousers, I've said it a million times, there is no tummy in sight. So the last thing we need is some shoes. I personally prefer to do a color sandwich, and because I have chosen a belt that's a little bit darker, I am going for a pair of shoes in the same color. They are also pointy toes. I should probably turn them around. They are pointy toe, and the reason I'm doing a pointy toe is because the wide leg trousers kind of cover my feet. You can't really see much of a shoe, but when I pop on the pointy toe, all of a sudden my toes will stick out again and they will elongate my whole silhouette. So they add another little element to the outfit that just puts me into balance and proportion. Now, they don't have to have a heel on. That's simply just because these trousers require a heel because they're quite long. I often go for ballet flats. I have a gazillion ballet flats, but they all have the pointy toe. And if, like me, you have a bit of dodgy feet and you need good support, I can only recommend the ones from Vivaia. They are an investment, but they are fantastic and really, really comfortable shoes. The main point is simply just that I choose even the flats with the pointy toe, all right? Just keep the right length of your trousers in mind, all right? That is the formula in its entirety. And I could make a gazillion different outfits like this with pieces I have in my wardrobe. I have the wide leg trousers that hides the tummy. I have the fitted top that gives me balance and proportion. Then I have added a layer simply just for extra warmth or that style element if you prefer. But I have defined the waist, given the illusion of having a waist even with the layer on because that's where the eye is drawn to. And then I have finished with a pointy shoe for elongation and for an added elegance. And that is it. And I could do this a gazillion different ways with the pieces I have in my wardrobe. Whether I am wearing a skirt, a pair of shorts, pair of jeans, a dress, whatever I do, I keep these rules in mind when I create outfits. And there is no tummy in sight. I look in balance, I look in proportion, and I'll be honest with you, I feel darn good when I wear my outfit formula. Hey, it's Future Marleen here, and I'm just sitting here this evening and editing this video for you and realizing that I didn't really talk a lot about skirts, but the A-line skirt or the A-line dress will work the exact same way as the wide leg trousers. They skim out from the tummy, hiding the tummy, and that way the rest of the outfit formula will be the exact same as the wide leg trousers, the wide leg jeans, as well as the wide leg shorts, all right? So just play around with the pieces, and I should also mention, if you don't want the wide leg trousers, which I know some of you are going to tell me that you don't, then just try a straight cut instead. Some of you don't care about hiding the tummy the way that I care about hiding my tummy, and hiding my tummy is always my starting point for all of my outfits. So if you're not self-conscious about your tummy, don't worry about it. Just play around with the silhouettes that you like playing around with. Give it a go. Maybe the formula could still work for you even if you try some boot cuts or whatever else you want to try, right? But just play around with the pieces. None of this is set in stone. There's no law that says that you have to dress the way that I tell you to. But yes, the A-line skirt is a fantastic option for us apple shapes for the same reason as the wide leg trousers. And let me just show you some more outfits that I over time have created using the same outfit formula. Some of these outfits are from back when I started and I wasn't even aware that I was using the outfit formula. Some of these are more recent, but I want to show to you that you can use this formula no matter your size. It is all about putting your body into balance and proportion. And if you keep these few rules in mind, you are never going to go wrong. Start with the perfect bottom halves, be it a skirt, be it trousers, whatever it is. Add that fitted top, add that layer, make sure to define the waist, keep the rule of third in mind, finish off with your bling and finish off with the pointy toe shoes, right? It is quote unquote that simple. It does take a bit of time to play around with the pieces that you have in your wardrobe, but go in and have a little bit of a rummage around and see what you can come up with. And as you can see, there are tons of ways that you can combine these pieces. But I hope I've given you enough outfit inspiration for today. I hope I have explained the formula for you and hope that you can see that you can use it no matter where you are in the world, all right? I have linked as many pieces as I possibly can for you in the description box, but please know I have just used the pieces that I have in my wardrobe for all these outfits, and the outfit pictures, some of them are many years old, so these pieces are no longer available. But that is it for today. Would you let me know in the comments, what do you think of this formula? Can you add it into your own life and maybe try and create some more outfits using the formula? Would it work for you? Do let me know in the comments. But if you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much, because that's how you're helping my channel. Will you do me one last favor for today and leave me a, let's say, a purple heart in the comments? The hearts are simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. I will leave you with the video here on the wide leg jeans as well, so you can go and press on the little square here on the screen. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.